They are the quickest, the fastest, and the brightest stars in all of drag racing. And tonight, they're gathered here in Universal City, California to receive the recognition and rewards they have so justly earned. Welcome, everyone. I'm Bill Stevens, and tonight we're at the fabulous Universal Amphitheater for the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards. Tonight, over $1 million will be presented to our 5 professional Winston champions who will be officially crowned on our program, along with Rookie of the Year and the 7 sportsman champions from the Federal Mogul Drag Racing Series. We'll also hear from our special musical guest, 9 Days, and our very special guest, Tim Allen. Right now, let's go inside to our host for tonight's ceremonies, Dave McClellan. Tonight, we have a terrific show planned for you as we honor those individuals who made this such an exceptional year. It is truly going to be a terrific show, so instead of me just standing up here babbling, it's time to get right to the action and bring out our special guest. He is a 9-time winner of the People's Choice Awards. He knows the difference between a big block and a 9-inch rear end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the star of Home Improvement, Mr. Tim Allen.
Thank you. Yeah. Before we get on with the awards, I do want to thank you all for letting me come here this evening. Actually, I don't think you had anything to do with it, did you? This is a surprise to you. You thought somebody really with talent was coming up here. Wait till you see some of the racers try to talk. This will be great. It's really, it's exciting to me because it's kind of, I had to get reacquainted with drag racing because I'm like a nostalgic drag racer, you know. The great names, Kenny Bernstein, Joe Amato, John Force, Tom the Mongoose McEwen. I like that stuff. And of course, Don the Snake Prudhomme. These are names, right? I always thought they sounded more like members of the Mafia, though, when you think of that, you know? Jimmy the Weasel. Big Daddy Don Garlitz. Wait a minute. Was Don Garlitz in the Mafia or was that drag racing? It's all very confusing. Maybe I'm just confused. Maybe I'm in the Mafia. Maybe I'm in drag racing. Maybe I'm just dressed in drag, you don't know. Anyway, you guys have a great time. Enjoy the evening, and thank you all very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Allen. How about that, huh? I cannot think of a higher honor than the opportunity to stand here and say the words that truly makes this an NHRA Winston Award show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder of the National Hot Rod Association, Mr. Wally Parks.
Thank you. This is a special night of thank yous, and it gives me a lot of pleasure to be able to welcome all of you who've come out to see the ending of this glorious season that we've just had. But I just want to quickly express my appreciation to all the people who have supported us in NHRA over the past 50 years. What has happened over that period of time is something that's been unimaginable. People ask, did you ever think that it was going to come to this? And naturally, nobody did. And that it could come to where it has come today is just absolutely beyond belief to me. And each event that I go to, it even becomes more astounding. And I want to just express my appreciation to all the people, all the fans, all of our members, our racers, our car owners and the crews, the sponsors, the track operators. I just want to say thank you more than I can ever express.
Thank you very much, Wally Parks. R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company has supported NHRA Winston drag racing for over 25 years. They were with us in the 20th century, and they continue to be with us in the 21st. Now I would like to welcome the president of RJR's Sports Marketing Enterprises, Mr. Rick Sanders.
Thank you all. For several weeks, I have been eager and eagerly awaiting, actually, the opportunity to deliver Winston's verdict on the 2000 season. Wow. What an absolutely, absolutely spectacular year this has been for NHRA Winston drag racing. I have to tell you, everyone involved in this sport has come together during this past year to give fans what they've been asking for and to propel this sport into the new century at an accelerated pace. NHRA Winston drag racing has rapidly become absolutely the best sponsor value in motorsports, bar none. This is a sport driven by core values that I think resonate with all fans. And at the top of the list of those values, I think the most important value this sport has is its own sense of family. So I think it's right for us to celebrate that tonight. But let's also make a commitment to maintain that focus as we enter 2001. I want to thank you all and hope that you all enjoy this special evening of celebration. I hope you all have a wonderful off-season. The best to all of you, and thank you again.
When we return to the Universal Amphitheater, we'll present the first of our 5 professional Winston Championship trophies as the NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards show continues. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Hey, Pro Stock Truck.
It rocks, baby!
It's really a performance category.
Number 10.
This Pro Stock Truck pioneer moved back into the Winston Top 10 following a 12th place points finish last season. John Lingenfelter.
Number 9.
This Galesburg, Illinois chassis builder has built his own competitive trucks, enabling him to post his first Winston Top 10 finish. Rick Jones.
Number 8.
This Houston driver made a name for himself in the Pro Stock Truck ranks in 2000 by having one of the most consistent Chevy S10s of the season, Brian Self.
Number 7.
The 2-truck team concept earned this Ontario, California driver his first Winston Top 10 finish in Pro Stock Truck, Jeff Grasha.
Number 6.
Despite failing to qualify for 3 straight events early in the season, this Jegs mail-order Chevy S10 driver recorded an impressive victory at Memphis, Mike Coughlin.
Number 5.
This former NHRA sportsman champion actually led the Winston Championship chase following the Mac Tools Gator Nationals in Florida. A driver who's sure to challenge for many future Winston Championships, Greg Stanfield.
Number 4.
This talented driver posted a career best points finish for the yellow and black Jegs racing team in Pro Stock Truck. A championship threat all season, John Coughlin.
Number 3.
This Pennsylvania engine builder turned driver proved he has what it takes to be competitive in Pro Stock Truck competition. Driver of the Castrol Super Clean Chevy S10, Steve John.
Number 2.
This Gransboro, North Carolina driver recovered from an uncharacteristic first race DNQ to record 5 victories and 2 top qualifying awards. Randy Daniels.
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, number 2 through 10 in the Pro Stock Truck categories. Gentlemen, thank you very much and congratulations. One and all, a round of applause as they make their way off stage. Well, we have seen our 10 through 2 winners, and all of them are certainly fine drivers. And, of course, that leaves us with position number 1. And this year, our champ truly earned his position. From Stockton, California, this driver had a tough battle in 2000 as several drivers virtually tried to grab his title. But at the end of the season, Bob Bonella had posted 5 victories in 9 final rounds, took home 7 number 1 qualifying awards, and won the prestigious U.S. Nationals. Clearly, he was the most consistent Pro Stock Truck driver for the 2nd year in a row. Welcome, please, the 2000 NHRA Winston Pro Stock Truck champion, Mr. Bob Bonella. Joining me at the podium is the Vice President of Sports Marketing Enterprises, Greg Littell, who will present Bob with his check. Greg?
Bob, they say you can never really top that feeling of winning the first championship. But I'm sure your second Winston Pro Stock Truck title in a row has a good feeling as well. It's my pleasure to present you and your entire Chevy S10 team with this $30,000 check from Winston. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Greg. Winston, NHRA, I can't thank you all enough for giving me and all the other Pro Stock Truck guys a place to play. I mean, it's great. You know, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to race professionally. My dad's raced for 30 years, and I'm here now, and I guess at the top. It's great. Chevrolet, you know, they come along and decide they want to race Pro Stock Truck, and fortunately, I've been kind of one of their guys for the last 3 years, and I'm so honored to be there. You know, they've done so much for the class and so much for the sport. I'm really proud to be there. More than anything, my wife and my family, they mean a lot to me, and like I said, they keep my head up high when maybe my head's trying to go down low, and keep us winning these championships. So thank you all, and thank you all for coming tonight, and I'm really happy to be here.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Pro Stock Bikes and more from Tim Allen. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Pro Stock Bike.
Bikers on two wheels.
Pro Stock Bike, you'd never see me on one.
Number 10.
One of the category's most popular riders, this native Californian made his 8th career Winston top 10 points finish. Steve Johnson.
Number 9.
As the only Pro Stock motorcycle rider to post a Winston top 10 finish aboard a Kawasaki, this Texas rider recorded career best for time and speed. Blaine Hale.
Number 8.
This Pro Stock motorcycle rookie was consistently one of the quickest competitors and gained a Winston top 10 finish for his efforts. Sean Gann.
Number 7.
This Arizona rider followed up an impressive rookie season debut with another strong Winston top 10 finish. Craig Treble.
Number 6.
2 final round appearances propelled this Chicago native into his first career NHRA Winston top 10 points finish. A future threat for the Winston Championship, Gino Scali.
Number 5.
This 6-time series champion produced the most emotional victory of the season when he rode his Sunoco Suzuki to the victory at Houston, despite doctors' claims that he may never race again. Dave Schultz.
Number 4.
After getting off to a slow start this season, this Team 23 Suzuki rider won the biggest race of the year, the U.S. Nationals. Antron Brown.
Number 3.
With a win at this season's last race, this Team 23 Suzuki rider also made his presence felt in 4 other final rounds. He's the only other rider to lead the Winston point standings during the season. Tony Mullen.
Number 2.
This defending Winston champion found himself in unfamiliar territory in 2000 as he came up short in his quest to become a 4-time Pro Stock motorcycle champ. Matt Hine. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, 2 through 10. Substituting tonight for Steve Johnson, his brother Alan Johnson, and of course John Smith filling in for David Schultz. Congratulate them all. Gentlemen, thank you very much. 2 through 10 in the Pro Stock motorcycle category. And that, of course, brings us down to number 1. A native of New Orleans, this Pro Stock motorcycle rider has had her best season ever in 2000, posting 5 victories with 6 number 1 qualifying efforts on her Team Winston Suzuki. She is now the 2nd female professional NHRA champion, joining Top Fuel legend Shirley Muldowney, a 3-time champ. Pretty impressive credentials indeed. Would you please welcome the 2000 Winston Pro Stock motorcycle champion, Ms. Angel Seeley.
Angel, it's been truly an amazing season, And on behalf of everyone at Winston, congratulations on becoming the first female Winston champion in 18 years. And not only that, the first female ever to win in the Pro Stock bike class. And here's a check for $30,000, and congratulations to you and your entire team, Winston Star Racing crew, on your first Winston Championship. Congratulations.
Thanks. My competitors have been awesome. They gave me a really hard time in the beginning. I think it was a little bit difficult to accept me as being a girl and someone who was going to win races. You have made me so strong as a person and a racer, and I thank you for what you've done for me. My family, I want to thank my mom and dad for buying me that RM50 Suzuki when I was only 6 years old, and I'm so glad that your efforts to get me off of that motorcycle for the rest of my life failed. There are so many sponsors I want to thank, from the Associates, Suzuki, and Retail Fixtures, and Vanson, and Snap-on Tools. I mean, you guys have been great, but none like R.J. Reynolds and Team Winston, and they made my dreams come true. So thanks to everyone at R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company for what you've done for me. Thank you. Thank you, Wally Parks, for starting NHRA. I want you to know that you made a little girl's dreams come true. Good night.
When we come back, 9 days and more of Tim Allen.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Tim Allen.
Right now, a little news from the sport of drag racing. As you know, one of the hallmarks of the NHRA is the sportsmanlike conduct between all drivers, exemplified by this photo of Kenny Bernstein congratulating John Force right before his retirement. Poor Gary Denson. He spent 2 hours combing his hair and then forgot to bring it with him. In order to give Matt Hines a better chance at winning next year's championship, he suggested that Angel Sealing should be required to run the quarter mile while holding onto his bike. On with the news, of course. This just in. Having won 10 championships, John Force is looking for new challenges. He has high hopes in winning a place in the music industry with his Little Richard impersonation. No, never gave me nothing. Shut up. Woo! And now this. Biker Matt Hines was scared in Gainesville when, after he won the race, Craig Treble said, "I'll be back." Just do it. Do it. Just work it out. Ever notice how many times a ventriloquist and his dummy look alike? Ladies and gentlemen, 9 days.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looked so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles. She woke up with hope, but she moaned about tears. And the soul is sincere, thinking her promises never for real. The woman she stands there waiting, wearing the holes in the soles of her shoes. How many days disappear? You look in the mirror, so how do you choose? Clothes never wear is found the next day, and never falls in quite the same way. You never seem to run out of the same way. It never seems to run out of things to say. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her. This is the story of a girl, a pretty face she hid from the world. And while she looks so sad and lonely there, I absolutely love her. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her. When she smiles, when she
Stay with us. We're coming right back with the NHRA Rookie of the Year. Welcome back to the NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards. Once again, here's Dave McClellan.
Right now, to present the NHRA Rookie of the Year award is the senior manager of the Winston Drag Racing team, our good friend, Mr. Rick Hoosier.
Thank you. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to honor the NHRA Winston Drag Racing Rookie of the Year Award. It's an award that honors not only a great season, but it earmarks the winner for future greatness in the sport of drag racing. In one of the most competitive divisions in NHRA Winston Drag Racing, he's climbed from 16th place in the Winston point standings to take up residence inside the Winston Top 10 by the season's third event. He's been ranked among the Winston Top 10 following 17 national events. Please join me in congratulating our 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Rookie of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the driver of the Express Auto Parts Top Fuel Dragster, Don Lampus. Don, on behalf of everyone at Winston, congratulations on a fantastic rookie season. Please accept this trophy and a check from Winston for $20,000.
Thank you very much, Rick. Greatly appreciate it. I want to thank Winston, NHRA, RJ Reynolds for putting on such an event, and the people who nominated me for this award, and the people who actually voted for me. I hope there's not going to be any recounts. I also want to thank you for welcoming my family into your family, and receiving such an award is just fantastic and very prestigious. I very much appreciate that. The sponsors backing us this year have been ExpressAutoParts.com, Redline Oil, Craftsman Tools, and American Racing Wheels, and I appreciate their support for the entire year. Again, thank you very much.
Let's take you back to earlier this evening. The Federal Mogul Awards were presented, honoring the season champions in the NHRA 7 sportsman categories. The Blaine Johnson Award, awarded to the individual, team, or family who best demonstrates perseverance and dedication to NHRA Winston Drag Racing. The AAA Road to the Future Award, presented to the competitor who is destined for greatness. The Manufacturer's Cup, given to the manufacturer whose new models have earned the most manufacturer points in qualifying and elimination. The Don Prudhomme Award, given to the individual who has made a profound impact on the growth and positive image of NHRA Winston Drag Racing. And now, back to Dave McClellan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, having now completed his first year as president of NHRA, would you please welcome Mr. Tom Compton. Tom?
What a year it has been for NHRA, its member and national event track owners and operators, the race teams and drivers, our sponsors, and of course our great fans. It started with some questions, however. Who would win the championship? What was to be of myself and the new team at NHRA? Where was the sport headed? Today I stand before you to say we are on solid ground and the future looks very bright. I see a group of champions. Each and every one of you that competed in races around the country are champions in your own right. Each have labored to demonstrate to our great fans what it takes to compete at the highest level of drag racing within the greatest and largest motorsports organization on the planet, the National Hot Rod Association. I finished tonight by saying that as we conclude a truly successful 2000 NHRA Winston drag racing campaign, we can look back together at the many and new exciting changes we've made. I can look in the eyes of each and every one of you out here tonight and say with complete confidence that we are headed in an exciting new direction. As we enter our 50th anniversary, we reflect on everything that was and everything that is good about our sport. We can look into the future with a renewed sense of optimism. This is an extremely exciting time to be part of NHRA Winston drag racing because a new era is dawning. The time to show off our sport to the world is upon us, and I, for one, am absolutely ready for the challenges that lie ahead. Let us leave here tonight knowing that only together can we take this sport to the next plateau. And only together will we reap the benefits. Thanks a lot. Have a great time tonight.
We're coming back with Pro Stock Cars and more from 9 Days and Tim Allen. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Pro Stock, let's play a game in the pre-stage of lights.
Mean Machines.
Let's see who goes in first. Let's see who goes in second. Let's see what the old starter's going to do.
Number 10.
This driver posted a #1 qualifying effort in Brainerd, Minnesota, and landed a semifinal appearance at Memphis, enabling him to post his first Winston top 10 points finish since the 1997 season. Bruce Allen.
Number 9.
This Kentucky racer drove his Team Mopar Dodge Avenger to runner-up finishes at Denver and Topeka, making his first Winston top 10 appearance since 1994. Darrell Alderman.
Number 8.
This veteran driver claimed his 9th Winston top 10 points finish in a distinguished career, which has produced 2 Winston championship titles. Jim Yates.
Number 7.
An emotional victory in Seattle ensured this New Orleans racer his 3rd Winston top 10 points finish. Richie Stevens.
Number 6.
With runner-up finishes in Gainesville and Chicago and winning the Winston Showdown, this driver posted his 2nd straight Winston top 10 points finish. Troy Coughlin.
Number 5.
The 2000 season ended a winless drought that dated back to the 1995 season with a spectacular performance in Columbus, Ohio. Mark Power.
Number 4.
He debuted at Pomona with a crash, but rallied to post victories at Chicago and St. Louis. A short challenger for the Winston Crown in 2001, Ron Krischer.
Number 3.
This 81-time winner and 5-time series champ is making his 21st top 5 finish in the Winston top 10. Warren Johnson.
Number 2.
A mid-season spark ignited this Georgia driver's run to the front of the Winston top 10 points order, making his 8th straight Winston points finish in the top 5, Kurt Johnson.
And there they are, folks, number 10 through 2. Gentlemen, our congratulations and thanks for a great season of Pro Stock Racing. In the year 2000, the Columbus, Ohio driver won 6 of the first 7 events in Pro Stock Racing. That is an accomplishment that has not been seen since the early 1980s. By season's end, he had posted 10 victories in 12 finals, ending one of the most dominated runs in the history of the category. He used superior reaction times to post victories when the Jegs mail order Oldsmobile Cutlass was at a performance disadvantage, proving that his 1998 title of Rookie of the Year was no fluke. But to really appreciate this driver, all you need to do is watch him work. And accepting what surely will be the first of many NHRA Winston championships, welcome please the 2000 Winston Pro Stock champion, Mr. Jeg Coughlin Jr. Presenting the award, the President of Sports Marketing Enterprises, Mr. Rick Sanders.
Jeg,
There is no other way to describe your 2000 Pro Stock season but dominating. It clearly was. From the first event of the year, you made it clear that you were the man to beat. We are proud to recognize you and the JEGS mail order team as Winston champions, and here is from Winston your check in the amount of $125,000.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. That was certainly very kind of Winston. What a great season Team JEGS had in 2000. You know, we promised our 40th anniversary of JEGS being in existence was going to be a banner year for us. And what can I say about Team JEGS? My three older brothers, John, Troy, and Mike, and their families have certainly sacrificed a bunch on the family side of things, as I have as well. But you know, to have the support from our families to run these races and to travel the country as we do, and give us the support to get out there and win races. And man, we just had a run, and we're certainly going to take it as we can, and try and continue in the year 2001 with NHRA's 50th year. Thank you all very much, and God bless.
We'll be right back with the Funny Car Award, 9 days and more from Tim Allen. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Funny car! Funny car, that's my favorite.
It's funny car time! Number 10.
Using a #1 qualifying position at Atlanta, coupled with a runner-up finish at St. Louis, a Winston top 10 finalist for the 6th time in his career, Dean Scusa.
Number 9.
This driver made a smooth transition from Top Fuel to funny car competition this season, breaking through for his first NHRA victory at Reading, Pennsylvania, a first-time visitor to the Winston top 10 in funny car, Bruce Sarver.
Number 8.
This Chino Hills, California driver maintained his position as one of the NHRA's top funny car drivers, making his 6th career Winston top 10 points finish, Del Worsham.
Number 7.
A string of #1 qualifying efforts and a victory during the demanding West Coast swing gave this driver enough momentum to post his 7th career Winston top 10 finish, Whit Bazemore.
Number 6.
Last season's Winston Rookie of the Year made great strides in 2000, making his first NHRA Winston top 10 points finish, Scotty Cannon.
Number 5.
Earning victories in 2 of the biggest events of the year, Las Vegas and the prestigious U.S. Nationals, this driver is making his 4th NHRA Winston top 10 finish, Jim Epler.
Number 4.
Victories in Columbus and Houston set the stage for this Chino Hills, California driver to post his 5th NHRA Winston top 10 points finish, Tony Pedregon.
Number 3.
This Huntington Beach, California driver laid the smackdown on competitors, giving John Force one heck of a run for the NHRA championship in only his 2nd full season, Jerry Tolliver.
Number 2.
This San Diego driver ended nearly 2 years of winless frustration with a victory at Memphis Motorsports Park. A driver who will surely be a champion in the future, Ron Capps.
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, the best in the business, number 2 through 10 in the funny car category. Thank you, gentlemen, and a round of applause. What a year. To help us present the Top Funny Car Champion Award tonight, we have a very special guest. He is one of the most exciting and charismatic superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. Please welcome the true superstar from the WWF, Mr. Shawn Michaels.
It was a record-breaking season for this Yorba Linda, California driver in more ways than one. At mid-season, he surpassed Pro Stock legend Bob Glidden to become the NHRA's all-time win leader. At the end of the season, the driver of the Castrol GTX Ford Mustang joined Glidden as the only drivers in the history of the sport to be called 10-time NHRA Winston champions. Amazing. Amazing. This driver's memorable 2000 season included 11 victories in 13 final rounds and 9 #1 qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome drag racing's champion for the ages, John Torse.
John, what can everybody say? It appears to all of us at Winston that you have pretty much run out of fingers for championship rings here tonight. So I want to tell you, what a great career, what a great season. We want to wish you congratulations from Winston on this year's championship. And here's our check in the amount of $200,000.
First of all, I'd like, want to thank Winston, #1, as always, in NHRA. $200,000 goes a long ways to feed 22 guys. I've won a lot of races, thanks to a lot of people. I won 10 titles like Bob Glidden. But maybe the race against Sarver on Friday night in the cool air at Pomona, and 2 old hot rods, you know, front ends in the air, header fire over the roof, 2 individuals just trying to pound it out, but really gave the fans a real show. And my heart was just a pounding, because when it's exciting for a driver, you know it's exciting for the fans. But we go. You know, all you racers out there that push me here, and I love you, and maybe I won't make it up here next year, but Ron Capps and Scusa and Hoffman and Jerry Tolliver and Bazemore, you hate me, but really I'm just a motivation in your life, and I know that. And where ESPN and RPM tonight's going to take us, I ain't ever leaving. I'm pounding the ground till I croak.
When we come back, it'll be time for Top Fuel and more from Tim Allen and 9 Days. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Top Fuel.
The big dogs.
Top Fuel is my favorite!
#10.
This native Australian posted a semifinal finish in Seattle and a qualifying best of 3rd at the Matco Tools Spring Super Nationals. His first Winston top 10 points finish, David Grubnick.
#9.
Semifinal finishes at Houston, Richmond, St. Louis, Reading, and Pomona helped to ensure this driver's 4th Winston top 10 points finish, Doug Herbert.
#8.
A late-season charge that featured 4 semifinal appearances elevated this driver into the Winston top 10 for the 4th time in his career, Bob Vandergrift.
#7.
This driver had perhaps the most dominating single race performance of the season in Top Fuel, posting consecutive 450-second runs in Houston last month and making his 10th straight Winston top 10 finish, Corey McLenathan.
#6.
A memorable victory at Las Vegas's inaugural NHRA event provided this 5-time NHRA Winston champion the momentum to post his 21st career Winston top 10 finish, Kenny Bernstein.
#5.
With 3 victories in 6 finals, this driver had his best season yet, making his 3rd NHRA Winston top 10 points finish, Doug Coletta.
#4.
With 2 victories in 4 finals, this 5-time Winston champion had another solid season in Top Fuel, earning his 19th career Winston top 10 points finish, Joe Amato.
#3.
This Indianapolis-based driver reestablished himself as a top threat for the Winston Championship in 2000, making his 6th Winston top 10 points finish, Larry Dixon.
#2.
The driver of the U.S. Army dragster made a valiant charge at defending his 1999 Winston crown. The Park Ridge, Illinois native produced 4 victories in 10 final rounds. A driver with true courage who will again challenge for the Winston crown in 2001, Tony Schumacher.
What a great lineup of great drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 through 10 for the year 2000. Congratulations, one and all. Our thanks to Cam Evans for standing in for his good friend Doug Herbert. Gentlemen, thank you. Well, we have had a great time tonight, and it is truly only fitting that to help us honor our Top Fuel champion, we call back to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, Tim Allen.
Gee, thank you, Mac. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, everybody. Try to be just like Mac.
I wanted to say something that I was delighted to be invited here tonight. First off, this is kind of off script, and I would encourage you and anybody else in the sport to pass this along to kids that need this kind of direction. It's a great sport you guys are involved in. I loved cars all my life, and it kept me in and out of trouble, but mostly out of trouble, so I encourage you guys to pass this along to some kids that need it. Thanks. At the beginning of the season, this Fresno, California driver let his intention be known. He wanted to claim the Winston Top Fuel Championship, a trophy he held in '97 and '98. And guess what? Mission accomplished. He drove his Team Winston dragster to 9 victories along the way, breaking a long-standing single-season win mark in the 6,000 horsepower category. You people are nuts. And I love it. I'd like twin 6,000. 6,000 horsepower. I gotta like that in a Ford Focus. Just by the thought of it. 6,000 horsepower. Oh. He posted runner-up finishes in 2 other final rounds and grabbed the top qualifying honors at 8 events. It was truly a spectacular season for the ultra-cool driver with the patented handlebar mustache. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a Winston champion for the 3rd time in his 4-year career. Please welcome the 2000 Winston Top Final champion, Gary Scelzi.
Well, Gary, at the beginning of the year, when you got started, you said your #1 goal was to regain this championship. And you didn't hesitate. You went after it. You did it in a record-setting year. And we're very proud of you at Winston. It's my great pleasure tonight to present to you, as this year's Winston champion for Top Fuel, a check in the amount of $200,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I got to tell you, I've only been pro for 4 years, and I've only had Winston for a sponsor. And the people at RJ Reynolds have been so good to me, and Alan Johnson and Team Winston, and Angel Sealing and Whit Bazemore when he was my teammate, that it's been very special for me. Tom Compton, NHRA, Brad Hadman, Pennzoil, NGK, everybody that, I mean, we've got the greatest motorsports going. There's another person I want to thank who's sitting out in that audience, who goes to a lot of the races with me, and who tells me that I'm better than everybody else, and who always tells me to drill them. And even when I think I suck, she tells me that I don't much. That my burnouts may be a little weaker than Schumacher's, but I'm getting better at it. And that's my wife, Julie. I want to thank you, Julie, for all your support. And to the man that keeps me standing on these stages, Alan Johnson. The guy that has a lot of confidence in his driver, who says, it's within a couple hundredths, you could make it up. I've had a lot of success in these 4 years. I've won a lot of races, and I owe a lot to Alan Johnson. But there's some other people on this team that I owe a lot to. And I think if you want to talk about respect, when you watch these guys work and you watch other Top Fuel teams come and stand at the ropes and watch poetry in motion, I think that is the biggest compliment that anyone could ever have. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, all of the champions, Tim Allen, and 9 days. Welcome back to the 2000 NHRA Winston Drag Racing Awards.
Gentlemen, Jackie, would you join me down here at center stage, please? You know, this year 2000 has been truly a fantastic year. And to prove that, could we have our Winston champions come back up on stage, please? Gentlemen, gather around here at center stage as we have got a tremendous assemblage of driving talent, skills, ability, and as you've seen, it has been a most entertaining evening indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest and our sincere thanks. A great evening indeed. Tim, we thank you.
It was a big pleasure. Thank you guys for welcoming me here, and just keep on hammering it.
You bet. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your Winston champions. Give them a wave, guys, and everybody deserves your recognition. What a tremendous season it has been. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We'll see you next year. Good night, everybody.